methods of costing for your food businesses. Hello everyone, this is Jesse Alcaraz. I teach people accounting, business, and financial literacy concepts. And for this evening, we will be discussing yung dalawang paraan ng pagkukosting natin para sa food business in relation to the raw materials. So meron akong post kahapon that somehow it got good traction. As of now, it's 3,800 shares. Merong 5,500 reacts and I don't know ilang views na to. Siguro aabot na ng at least 500,000. Kasi ang ginawa ko dito is tinatawag na per ingredient costing. So, I identify the ingredient as well as the price. I also tend to determine ilang serving ang kayang i-produce ng isang pakete ng ingredient na yan, and that will give me the cost per unit. So I will be computing the cost per unit of every ingredient depending on the number of serving. Kaya iba-iba yung nasa example natin. Kunwari sa flour, 20 units. So iba-ibang number of serving, then iba-iba din yung costing per unit, per ingredient. Add everything, then we will arrive at the total material cost per unit. On the other hand, is yung costing method na tinatawag na batch costing, wherein gagawa ka ng isang batch, may ingredients din, you measure the ingredients, you compute for the corresponding cost of that ingredient according to its measurement, and i-add mo lahat yung cost of making that particular batch. And then, i-divide mo kung ilan yung magiging yield. So, it will actually arrive at the same costing per unit, but as to paano siya kinompute, it differs. So, before, tawag nito, anong dapat sabihin? It's been a while kasi na nang-record ako. Ayun, let's go into our discussion. Okay, so let's have this example. Never mind my handwriting kasi pangit talaga yan. So for the first part, actually we have a different example, no? As compared dun sa post natin. So ang product dito is spaghetti. Spaghetti. So for the per ingredient costing, ito yung itsura niya. Just like yung nasa post natin. So for the ingredients, meron tayong pasta, ground beef, sauce, and then the cheese. The unit cost per the 1 kilo is 100 pesos, 380, and 200. And then, ayun, if you notice, this is quantity per serving. This means that for every 1 kilogram of pasta, it is able to yield 10 units or 10 outputs. So, for ground beef naman na 1 kilogram, ang yield niya is total of 20. For the sauce na 1 liter, 10. And then, for the cheese na 1 kilogram, yung yield niya is 100. So, again, iba-iba. So, this is not a batch costing method. So, compute natin yung cost per serving per ingredient. So, 100 pesos. Again, this is in pesos. 100 pesos divided by 10, that's 10. 300 divided by 20, that's 15. 80 divided by 10, that's 8 pesos, and then 2 pesos. So add everything, then we will arrive at the total unit cost, which is 35. Now, let's now proceed with the batch costing. Again, sa batch costing, gagawa ka ng isang batch to produce 10 pieces. You add everything, you add all of the costs associated with making the 10 batch, the one batch making 10 pieces, and then later on, divide natin siya by the number of servings produced. So for the pasta, 1 kilogram pa rin, cost niyan is 100. So ground beef, 500 grams, 150. The sauce, 1 liter, 80. And for the cheese, 100 grams, 20 pesos yan. Add everything, 350 pesos. Tapos yung yield niya is 10 divided by 10. So, we will still be arriving at 35 pesos per unit, just like the per ingredients cost. Ang maganda lang sa batch costing is that you're actually making a recipe here. This is the recipe. And again, kung titingin kayo anong itsura ng recipe, ganito. Ingredients, then the unit of measure per ingredient. Ito yung kakailanganin mo in order to make a specific batch. Unlike dito sa per ingredients costing, wherein iba-iba siya. Hindi siya naka per batch. It needs the yield per ingredient. Okay? So actually, we can even ito yung gamitin natin, we can convert it to this one, and this one can also be converted to the other. It will just depend on your preference and kung ano yung nakasanayan mo. So whether you use this one or you use this one, you can still come up with a better costing computation for your food products. So there you have it, the two costing methods that you can use for your food businesses in terms of materials. There are also a lot of comments no na dapat sinasali yung labor, yung overhead, mga transportation, utilities, gasol, electricity, and yes, tama po kayo. Kaya po, on the first part of my caption, nakalagay po dyan, if raw materials lang yung magiging component ng product cost nyo, you can use this template. So, yeah, I have videos wherein nag-discuss ako ng direct labor and overhead. I also have videos and discussions. And also in the course, if you will be availing it, nandun din yung costing discussion natin where the product cost consists of 3 components, direct labor, direct materials, as well as overhead. So, tama yung sinasabi nyo. It's just that for this particular post, materials lang yung na-discuss natin. So, ayan lang. This will be the last video before the Holy Week, and may we have a solemn and meaningful Holy Week.